Hey, what's up everybody? This is Shane with Crystal Clear 101 with another toy review. I have another Transformer, and this one, I wasn't exactly waiting on this particular version, but this mold I've actually been waiting on. Now, this one is a repaint of the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. This is a repaint this is Soundblaster. Now, just like with the Soundwave, he's a Voyager class. He is rather large. Just for size comparison, I'm going to bring in the Fall of Cybertron Jazz, just for size comparison. And as you can see, Soundblaster just towers over Jazz right here. So he's a pretty decent sized figure. But, I mean, overall, he has all the same features as Soundwave, only instead of in the blue, silver, with yellow, all those colors, he's done a more of a dark gray with some silver, a little bit of yellow. But his overall color scheme does still look attractive on this figure. Now, he does have some decent articulation. His head is on a swivel. Now, the base of each arm right here is on a double hinge, which can go up and down. That's just for the transformation of the figure. But the base of each arm itself is on a swivel hinge. Now, right around the elbow is also on a swivel hinge. And the base of each hand is on a pretty much on a pair of swivels going this way, and they can rotate. That's for both of the arms. Now, as for the legs have similar articulation. They're both on swivel hinges. The legs are on swivel hinges, and the feet themselves are on swivels as well. But I mean, this figure does have some very decent articulation. Excuse me. He does have some reasonably decent balance for a figure of his size. Now, this figure would have came with another figure where the Soundwave had Laser Beat. This one has Buzzsaw. And just like on the Soundwave, he deploys Buzzsaw exactly the same way, which is there's a little button right here. You press it backwards, and it pops open his lid. And here's Buzzsaw and his data disk glory. And the way you would pop him out is you would press on this right back here. And what it does is right before it pops him out, it does basically an auto conversion where he goes from the data disk to his little bird mode, his condor mode. Let's see if I can catch it. Well, it partially did. My hand was in the way. But here's Buzzsaw in all his glory. He's just a laser beat repaint. But, I mean, it is to see Buzzsaw. Because last Buzzsaw, I've seen various different Buzzsaws throughout the different Transformers series. But this is the first Buzzsaw that is a laser beat repaint. That is a true laser beat repaint. And this one still looks good. I mean, his transformation is simply fold up his head like so. Fold his tail in. Fold these pieces in. Just like that. You'll hear him click into place. And to make him transform, simply press this little button right there. And there we go. He's basically a little activator. The fact he does a auto conversion upon popping out of his chest, it's just very nice. That is just flat out sweet. And there are 2 packs available for Soundwave and Soundblaster. There's Rumble with Ravage, and then there's Frenzy with Ratbat. And if you're planning on picking up Soundwave or Soundblaster here, definitely consider picking up those Data Disc 2 packs. Excuse me again. But, I mean, as far as his transformation is concerned, he's actually very simple. He's fairly simple. Let me go ahead and remove his little shoulder cannon. Now, he did not come with a handheld blaster. On the bots, it shows him with a handheld blaster. Mine did not come with a blaster, a handheld blaster. Although you could put his little shoulder cannon in his hand if you really wanted to. But, I mean, it just wouldn't look right. But to start off his transformation, let's go ahead and bring up his arms, fold out his wheels to the front. There we go. Next, we're going to bring down both of his arms, fold these pieces out, fold them like so. Do that for both of the arms. Next, fold them up. And we're simply going to be covering Soundblaster's head. There we go. I knew I wasn't doing something right. First off, Durwalk. Yes, I had to do a Durwalk. Then we simply fold him both of his hands. Then the way that they are, simply bring them down, rotate them down, where the yellow in this piece connects with the yellow in this piece. I mean, that's really it to that part of his conversion. Simply fold this piece up. There we go. Simply fold that piece upward like so. Next, as far as his legs are concerned, yes, I have to show more Durwalk. Simply fold in his feet all the way back, like so. Next, we pop his waist out. Fold it back also. Start to fold back his legs. And as you start folding back, go ahead and rotate his wheels all the way back here. You're going to want to do the same thing with the yellow, touching the yellow. And this foot is going to go right into this little slot right in here. And before I forget, there's a little hinge right here. There's going to be a little slot right in there. Just put those up. And simply repeat for the same thing on the other leg, on the other side. Sometimes they can be stubborn. There we go. Then after that, just make sure his waist clears the ground. And there we go. We have Soundblaster in his alt mode. And he does have something resembling a seat right here on the roof of his vehicle mode. Here's a spot where you can mount his little shoulder cannon. Now, why he has a seat up here, I seriously do not know. But in case you're wondering, even if you do have a tape stored in here, you can store multiple tapes inside of Soundwave and Soundblaster. In case you're wondering how you can access them, well, his eject button is still exposed a little bit right there. You barely push it down, it pops open. Matter of fact, this little chest piece right here does extend a little bit right there. And you can still push this piece forward. It'll actually push the disc out. But, I mean, overall, this is just a flat-out nice little mold that they did right here. I like the fact that they were able to incorporate the little data disc. In fact, you can actually eject multiple tapes out. And I haven't seen how many this will hold. I know this will hold at least 2 discs. I think I've been saying tapes. I mean discs. I'm sorry. But I know this will hold at least 2 of the data disc. I don't know if it'll hold a 3rd, but the fact this can hold multiple discs is actually a very nice little feature for this mold. But if you can find Soundwave, or if you can find this one, Soundblaster, I wouldn't skip out on them. They're both great figures. They both look good in their alt modes. This looks almost like a Cybertronian scion from hell, almost. But looks better than a scion, also. But, I mean, if you can find either one of these particular figures, I wouldn't skip out on them. Because they both look great in their robot modes, their alt modes. They both come with a data disc. Remember, Soundwave comes with Laser Beat. Soundblaster comes with Buzzsaw. And I think that's why I got him, is that he had Buzzsaw. But either way, both are great figures. I picked up both. I picked up the two data disc sets. But I would just not skip out on this figure overall. But this is my review of the Fall of Cybertron Soundblaster. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe.